All right, so the first one, right? They have a box here, and they just extended the lines to show the lines could go on forever and ever in both directions. So we just got to answer these questions. Name a plane that's AFH is parallel to. So here's A, here's F, here's H. So that's the top piece. So the plane parallel is the bottom. So remember, when you name a plane, there's just 3 letters. E, D, C, G. You just pick any 3 of those. Doesn't matter which 3. So for number 2, a line perpendicular to BC. Perpendicular means it forms a 90. What? A what?
HB. No. AB.
AB. Now, again, since they say line, don't get a half point taken off by forgetting to put the line symbol above it. You could have also put BH in there, because that's also perpendicular. Either one of them would have worked.
So you can put like CG?
CG.
That should work. Okay.
Yes. You could have put GC or DC also. So that one had 4. Okay. Everyone remember what skew means?
No, not perpendicular.
It means they don't intersect, but they're not parallel. So 2 lines that don't run in the same direction.
FHGC.
So it's GF they're talking about.
AC. FHDC.
So GF is this line right here. Even though it's not drawn in there, you could draw a line through. AC would be parallel. AB would work. AB would work because it would never intersect this line. Also, BH would work. DC would work. You could put a line that's not even drawn on there, DB. And then the last one, a line parallel to AH. So there's AH, DG right underneath it. Okay. All right, so here we just got to name what kind of angles these are. Are they corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior? You can use whichever word you want. Consecutive interior, same side interior. That means the same thing. So 1 and 5. Here's 1, there's 5. Alternate exterior. 4 and 2. There and there. Corresponding. They're in the same. Corresponding means same position. Two and 6. Alternate interior. Because they're inside and they alternate sides. And then 3 and 2. Same side interior. Or again, you could call it consecutive interior.
So if it was 1 and 4, would it be same side exterior?
It would be.
Okay.
Although that's not 1 or 4, but that's what you would call it. Same thing here, it's just the lines aren't parallel like up here, but you can still call them 3, I think that's 3, right?
Yeah.
And that's 7. Alternate interior, they're inside, alternate sides. 3 and 2, right there and there.
Same side interior.
Same side interior. 4 and 2. Bottom left, corresponding. And 2 and 6. Alternate interior. Okay, then the next, these 6 and the 2 on the next page, you're trying to figure out what X is. So remember, the angles are either gonna equal each other or they're gonna add up to something. In this case, what do these two angles add up to?
90.
90. So that's your equation. X minus 12 plus 49 has to equal 90. And then you solve it. Combine the negative 12 and positive 49. That is positive 37. And then you subtract 37. That's 53. I wonder why on some papers the colors are so much brighter. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so on number 14, what do you know about these two angles?
Parallel.
They're equal because they're corresponding. So 3x plus 15 has to equal 135. So we solve it. Subtract 15. And then divide by 3. And that is 40, right?
Yes.
15 is just like the one above it. These two angles together add up to 90. X plus 3x equals 90. So that just makes 4 x's equals 90. So you divide by 4,
22.5.
22.5. Okay, in 16, they add up to 180. They're same side interior, so they're supplementary. So you got to add these together. 75 plus 4x minus 9 has to equal 180. So I can combine these two. 75 minus 9 is 66. Plus 4x equals 180. So subtract 66. 114. And then when you divide by 4, you get 28.5. Seventeen is the same type of picture as the one before. They're same side interior, so they add up to 180. So x plus 3x plus 24 has to equal 180. So we can combine the x's. That makes 4 x's. So we got to subtract 24. And then divide by 4. What is it?
39. Yeah, 39.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stop that. Thank you.
$18, what do you know about those two? They're equal because they're alternate interior. So 5x minus 10 has to equal 2x plus 50. So whenever there's x's on both sides, you got to get them together. So when I move this over, since it's on opposite sides, I got to do the opposite. I got a minus 2x to get rid of it. That would give me 3 x's there. Remember, drop the equal sign down. So then get the non-x's to the other side. It's a minus 10, so you add 10. And you get 60. Then all we got to do is divide by 3, and x is 20.
Too easy.
Okay, what do you know about these two? They're equal, because they're alternate exterior. 4x equals 3x plus 30. This one's a simple one. I got to get this x over here. It's a plus, you minus 3x, and you get 1x, which is just x, equals 30. And you're done. The x is by itself. (20) is the same type of picture. These are alternate exterior, just like these two, which means they're equal. 9x plus 7 has to equal 115. So you subtract 7. And then divide by 9. 10, 11, that'd be 12, right? Okay, so now remember on these, when it says state the reason that would make the lines parallel, there's 6 reasons, right? So it's going to be one of these 6, all the stuff that we've done throughout the test. If corresponding angles are congruent, if alternate interior angles are congruent, alternate exterior angles are congruent, same side interior are supplementary, and then the other 2 is they're perpendicular to the same line, or, yeah, you need to know these, parallel to the same line. Okay? So all you got to do is look at it and see what it is. Same side interior angles are supplementary because they add up to 180. Now, if you just put this, everyone look at this so no one gets this wrong. You're going to get a half a point probably taken off because it doesn't say. You got to put that they are supplementary. Okay?
Can we just say equals 180?
Yes, or you could say equals 180. 22, what kind of angles are these? Corresponding, and they're equal. So corresponding angles are congruent. Again, you got to put that they're congruent. Don't just put corresponding angles. You could put equal. 23 is what? Can't solve it because
You only know 2?
they're not corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior, same side interior. It doesn't tell us anything over here. You need to know something on each intersection. So you just put no. Okay, here you gotta look at the given. A is parallel to C and B is parallel to C. So why are these two parallel?
Parallel, same line.
Parallel to the same line. (25) also has a given. A and C are perpendicular. B and C are perpendicular. Perpendicular to same line. Which, remember, you could also say corresponding angles are congruent. You could also say alternate interior, alternate exterior are congruent, and same side interior supplementary. This is the one where the only way you get it wrong is if you put no, or if you put this. Any one of the other reasons works. Okay, 26 is corresponding, top left, and they're both 80. So corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, here nothing's marked, but it's given to you right there that 1 and 2 are equal.
Oh.
Alternate exterior angles are congruent. (28) corresponding are congruent. You could have also said perpendicular to the same line. Those are the most common ones that you could choose from. But again, this is the other one where you could put alternate interior are congruent, because if that's 90, so is that. You could put alternate exterior congruent, because if that's 90, so is that. And you could put same side interior supplementary, because if that's 90, so is that. And then the last one. Yep, remember one arc there and one arc there means they're congruent. So alternate exterior angles are congruent. Now, these are the last ones, right? Remember, in a picture with two parallel lines, any two angles you pick are either equal, which means congruent, or supplementary, adds up to 180. So, 4 and 6. Right, you can tell they're not equal because this is smaller net. And they're same side interior, which are supplementary. 1 and 8. Congruent. You can just put the congruent sign. You can write it if you want.
Sad. Silly goose.
Okay, and then this one, 3 and 5. Supplementary because they're same side interior.
I can keep.
Right. 2 and 6 are also supplementary because they're the other same side interior.
Boom, I got them all.
Alright, so it should be pretty easy.